Nyeri. And I mean, you've been around, man. So give guys a little background about yourself, because I know there's Kenyans listening to us, not just Kenyans, man, guys all over. Got a massive listenership in the diaspora. So just give guys a bit of a background about what you do. How you got into the game and how you're doing right now.
Thank you, for giving me this platform. It's amazing to be here in this beautiful space. Tablaze was born and raised in Nairobi. At the age of 12, fell in love with rap and hip hop. At that time, Issa had come out. Ogopa had just dropped Ogopa 1. And for the first time, I was really inspired. And I saw that you can be a musician in Kenya, and there can exist a music scene. That's what Issa and Ogopa showed me. So that was my in to the industry. So I happened to get Issa's number, and I just blew up his phone. I didn't even have a phone. So I used to steal my mom's phone, and me and my cousin, because we were such big fans, we'd call him, and sometimes he would pick up and he would be like, "Have we met?" We would be like, "No, we're just big fans."
Just fans.
But at that time, I started writing, and then I asked him, "Hey, can you jump on my first song?" And he was like this big superstar, and he politely declined. He was like,
But the
exactly. So let me link you up with Mike Black, who was a producer, who was the co-founder of Herbal Records. I've taken all you guys on a little history.
We love it.
But that's what Kenyan music is about. The roots are so rich. So I was introduced to Mike Black. I recorded my first song with him. Unfortunately, R.I.P. Issa, he passed on during that time. And my musical journey began. I happened to get a slot on the Chaguo Latinis back then, which was really big. And I happened to get Prezzo's number as well. So I used the same strategy, because even Prezzo, when he came in the game, it was like, it was very inspiring for a young man trying to be a musician. He really brought the show.
I agree, man. You guys' style is different from the get-go. Bling bling, you know what I mean? The luxury, the show-offs, the cars,
helicopters,
the chopper. The way when he checked into
the chopper was crazy, man.
Everyone was just like, wow, he's a trendsetter.
Definitely.
You know what I mean? So I'm curious. Let's go back to Issa's story. When he was pronounced dead, what was going on through your mind?
Man, I just felt like, it was surreal. I couldn't believe it, because at that time he had just released his album, and his whole album was just hits after hits, from Siusare to Most to Amnitishi. So he was blowing up, he was crossing borders, and then it was sad that his life had to end at that point.
Some say Issa, it's almost as if you can compare him to Tupac. It's also like he blew up even more after he died.
It's crazy.
What sort of influence did he have in your style? Maybe your art. That kind of thing.
In particular, Issa was a lyricist. He used to call himself, the Mr. Pewambili Kwenye Kichwa, lyrical tongue twister.
Jeez.
He was such a lyricist, and he inspired me at that young age to take my craft as equally, serious.
I like that. Steph? Oh, brain freeze.
No, it's not brain freeze. No, I'm digesting all of this.
Because I also just feel like I was taken into a very, very deep history, and I love the history, with Issa and all. So, you've been in the game for many years. Are you thinking or planning on coming back and not just hitting us up with new hits, or are you working with different artists who, are doing a lot of stuff in the game right now?
So right now, I have a new song out called No Wahala. It's like an Afro pop sound that is doing pretty well. Right now, I released it like about a month ago. So that's what I'm out here, like, shining light to. We did a really dope video for it. Hanging around with Prezzo inspired me to write little scripts for my videos as he used to. So we did like a cinematic, James Bond. So I play a James Bond character with the female secret agent.
That's what's up. Wow.
We pull off this heist. So yeah, I'm back with a bang.
Like that.
I'm back with a bang. Yeah.
So you've transitioned into a different genre, technically. Is that right?
When I came into the game, I was heavily influenced with rap and hip hop. But since I joined architecture school, I had an opportunity to live abroad for a while. I finished architecture school in the University of Nairobi.
Nice.
I've been inspired just by music in general. So my style has evolved, whereas I incorporate melodies with the raps.
Yeah. Interesting. So do you feel like now your sound and this new style of yours is getting you into a different avenue, getting you more fans? People taking you seriously maybe for this era that we're living in.
Yeah, definitely, man. Definitely. There's something about this new release, No Wahala, that, is really opening a different doors right now, which is beautiful for me because I've been putting in work with my independent releases that I released as a student of architecture, but now I've graduated and I'm in a position to really get all the material that I've been writing and the ideas out.
Awesome.
So your music, is it more of like your personal life? Are you telling a story to other people, or are you trying to put them into a story where it's like, okay, this could have happened?
So sometimes you may hear an instrumental which inspires a story, maybe a heartbreak that you went through. And you can only talk about heartbreak, something like that, if you've gone through it.
I agree.
So in situations like that, I pull people into my world where I've gone through something that I want to share. I usually draw from experience.
Okay. So, sorry, what is one song for you that you wrote that you thought would be such a huge hit and it didn't do as well as you expected, and how did you bounce back from that?
That's a good question. I think the one song that I thought could have done better, not because of anything, that was wrong with the song. It was just I was a student and I had to pay my dues. There's a song that I did called Maisha Milele, which to me, that's a banger in like Tanzania, in Uganda. And at the time when it was really catching fire, I had to just go back to school. So I don't think there's a song that I have that I can say, I thought it was going to be a banger and it wasn't. I'm grateful that I can listen to all my songs and enjoy them.
Do you care about reviews, man? Somebody's like, nah, man, this one is whack. You got you know what I mean? Some people can be really positive, others can be negative, or even just reviews from certain people who consider themselves to be professionals when it comes to critiquing music. And they give it like such a low review. Do you care about stuff like that? For you, it's just about how you feel, how your music makes you feel as a individual.
I think when I started, I used to really care about reviews and views and just trying to create a hit record. But as I evolved, that mentality really sucks out the joy out of making music. So at a point I just said, you know what, I'm just gonna make whatever feels good to me, however it sounds, as long as I really feel strongly about this. That's why my style, it may not reflect what's playing on radio, like what's trending, but I stand by it, I'll promote it, because I know if you listen to it, you'll be able to enjoy it.
Yeah. Now, just for the record, guys, if you're listening to us, we're going to play No Wahala by Tablaze in just a bit. Joe, when you're ready, please just signal me, eh? Yeah, because clearly it's a banger, and of course we got to put your name out there.
Yeah.
This new version of yourself, fam. You know, a couple of months ago, I was having a conversation with somebody, and they was like, Kenyan artists aren't authentic.
Yeah.
You're going to talk about money that you don't have, girls that you never have, cars that you don't have, a social circle that you've never been in. So are you under pressure to be authentic, talk about your real life experience? Ama, for you, it's just art. As long as you can just, come up with like a good wordplay, and it sounds good, that's all that matters.
Yeah.
How do you approach your craft?
Yeah, that's an interesting question. For me, I try to just, as I said, draw from experience where, I grew up in the hip hop era where it was so important to be original and, and not only be original, but be really good at your originality, be creative. So for me, I don't like to talk about things that I'm not doing.
Right.
I don't see the point. And like when I deliver the raps, you won't feel the energy. So if I'm rapping or singing about something, you feel the energy because it's genuine. Yeah.
Real recognize real.
I like how you said you went back to school, which is quite unique because most people in the music industry would be like, music is everything. Once I step in, I'm not going out.
Yeah.
So why architecture?
Yeah. So at the time when I had finished high school, about 19, 20, when, you're deciding what you're going to study, I really just wanted to do music. But, I come from a very educational oriented family where my parents were like, you can pursue music, you can, do music, but you need to choose a profession. So I just thought what profession would be the most suitable for, a creative guy like me.
Yeah.
And I thought, architecture. At that time, I thought, it was the right, and I got into it. And it's been an amazing journey because it was the right course for me. It's something that you have to be very creative. You have to almost be sculptural when you're designing buildings.
Yes.
Because you're contributing to the environment. And it also has to blend in with the nature,
Yeah.
So architecture opened up my mind to different kinds of creativity, and that I think also fed into the music.
Yeah.